So basically, we call this as zero coding platform. So what is meant by zero coding is very low coding. I mean, you need not think too much about the coding part. So everything will be ready as of now. So this platform is to develop software solution without any coding knowledge to solve modern day-to-day problems. Okay, it is an easy way to understand the software development cycle. In modern days, there is a huge scope and requirement for the software development, and development of software requires a lot of coding in general. Okay, but using zero coding platform, you can easily develop software with very less coding. That's the purpose of this particular platform. And logical understanding and domain knowledge is only required. So, of course, see what it means by domain knowledge is, for example, you want to develop a application for a school. Okay, so you should be able to understand what is the requirement of the school, like how a school is executed, what are the documents maintained, and what are the procedures required. All those information are called domain knowledge. Of course, without the requirement, develop an application is out of scope. So that is what they are trying to say. Okay. So next part would be okay. Why this is for you? Okay. Like Word and Excel, zero coding going to be your next office tool. Correct. It's absolutely true. So now the zero coding or low coding is going to be your future office tool. Like how Word and Excel are essential today. See, if you go for any office, let it be non-technical, non-IT, let it be non-IT job also. Even if you go as an auditor or any clerical job, you should be familiar with the Word and Excel. That's the current requirement of the day. Similarly, in future, the zero coding going to be a part of the office tool. That's what they are saying. Okay. The scope and requirement of the customized software is very huge. Yes. So what I mean by customized software is, I need to explain what I mean by ready-made software. So Tally is a ready-made software. You understand? Okay, Tally is a ready-made software. Whereas now, if I need some customization in Tally, okay, so then I need to look for a person to who can customize that one. Okay. So this is what the customization is called. Nowadays, the requirement for customized software is very huge. The everything comes under. See, once upon a time, maybe some 15 years back, Tally was the okay. It was okay software because only accounts is required. That is itself a big deal. Nowadays, analytical study and a lot of approach, different approach of maintaining data is required. And nowadays, data scientists and the data analytical studies are going on. So all these requirement, how to improve your business. For example, you have a business and how to improve your business. Having only accounts data doesn't help you. So you need to study where the time is consumed, how the production can be increased, where the money has to be invested, or what kind of product the market is moving on. It is a fast moving product. All those information you have to derive from your data. And this requires a lot of customization. That's what they are saying. And this is need to be so this is the need for the zero coding plan. So where the requirement comes is this is so customization software where the zero coding comes into picture. Okay. The skill in zero coding will boost employment opportunity. Of course, if you learn the zero coding, you can either you can be a developer by yourself, and you can be you know the full software cycle. So getting an employment in an IT company also increases. That's what they're saying. And one can learn zero coding language easier and faster, quicker, and developing complex application is not a big deal with zero coding plan. Okay. Okay. Candidates should be interested. Okay. What is
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to know what is this
sorry?
zero coding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I would like to know what is this zero coding about? Is the zero coding a special kind of a software which is used to develop another software
Yes. See,
or
zero
a
coding,
platform?
yeah, yeah. It's a platform. It is not, we cannot define this as a software. It is a platform. Using the platform, we can develop the whole application, whole web application. Okay. Both UI and
Can
back.
we develop some softwares like ERP like that using this platform?
100%, 100% possible. Okay, it can be any complex application you develop. It is not a simple application. You can go up to the ERP level. For example, I give some few examples. You have a chain of supermarkets, okay, or a hypermarket. Forget about supermarket. Let it be hypermarket. And that chain of hypermarket can be you can develop an application for the chain of hypermarket using the zero coding. Okay, where total warehouse is taken into consideration and all the employment details are taken into consideration and goods in, goods out, money in, money out, banks, all your bank account, all these things can be taken into consideration. Okay, that's a, to that extent, the platform is powerful. Okay,
Okay, sir.
that you are going to see in in the upcoming classes. Okay, so the candidate should be interested in learning the new skill. That's who are going to be the beneficiaries? If you want to develop, if you want to learn zero coding, so what are your basic eligibilities? That's what they are saying. To start with, the knowledge of programming language is not required, but as I said, you should be, if you want to go to next level, see, there are different level. I said, you can be simple UI developer, or you can simple API developer, or a JavaScript developer, or an architect. Four category are there. So now, if where you are going to fit in, if you want to go to the topmost level like architect, then you should be aware of MySQL and JavaScript also. Okay. To start with, okay, fine. You need not worry about too much on the programming language, but if you want to be the key person, okay, then you should have some knowledge about JavaScript. Even that can be trained up if you are capable of understanding the logical statements. That's it. Okay, that we will see in the upcoming classes. Okay. And the candidate should be know to operate Excel and spreadsheet or Word document. Okay, you should be familiar with basic computer operation and I should be like basically able to understand what is Google and how to search all these things. Basic requirement are need to be covered. Okay. 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 Outcome provides a skill development of computer aspirant who are looking for potential job opportunities. Okay. Then provides a means and way to self-employment and entrepreneurship. This is very important. You can have a team of developing application by yourself, so that in future you can have your own development team and you can market your product. That's the power of this particular plan. So, and the beneficiary can work as a freelancer, earning out of his own rate, and the platform generated code of you to learn and understand. See what happened? It's a reverse engineering. See, generally what happened in the traditional method, you need to code and see the result. Okay, but here, what will happen? The result will be shown first, and you can go back to the your server and find the coding. So if this is the output, what would be the coding? You can, this is what we call reverse engineering. You can go back to your uh, application and see how the coding are done for a specific UI or a specific API. All these things are possible. The platform generates are HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript coding, you automatically. Okay. Okay, technique use, see, there is something called model view control or model view model. These are the architecture terms, so nothing special. See, what happened is, in those days, like you take an example of Tally. Tally is a desktop application. Okay. But any change in Tally, but I won't call Tally as a right example, because by default Tally itself MEV technology. Okay, that's okay. But I simply say some desktop application, like any desktop application. I need not want to specify any name. You assume any desktop application. And if you want to make a change in the desktop application, what will happen is I need to change in the back end and the front end. The whole application has to be altered, which is a very laborious process, and it takes a lot of time, and troubleshooting will be there, testing will be there. A small change itself will take a very long time. Like it will take 6 months or 1 year time. Whereas in the MEV technology, what will happen is you will have all separate. Like your UI will be separate, your API will be separate. That is what given below. So any application can be divided into API and UI. So what is API? API is equal to data layer plus business logic. Okay, data layer is nothing but MySQL or Oracle, whatever the uh, database you have built. And business logic is working on the data. Okay. And UI is a browser. I mean, whatever you see in the screen is the UI. Okay. Like your I mean, visibly what you see in the monitor is the UI. Okay. So this is a good IT industry standard. What is IT industry standard? You should have a separate API and separate UI. So any change in the UI will not affect API, and any change in the API will not affect the UI. So two things can operate individually with a link between these two. And this is how this technology, we call it as MEVM. And this is possible in the current platform. Okay. And the complete project will have the following things. Okay. Here there is a small change. .NET framework and C# coding or PHP API. Okay. So currently we are focusing on the PHP API, which is much simpler comparing to C#. If you are very particular about expanding your application, like you want to develop the an application like big basket, or a very bigger framework, like a very bigger, I mean, it's a mega supermarket, something like that, which will have worldwide network. Okay. Then you can think about .NET APIs. Until then, PHP API is more than sufficient. Okay. If that extent you want to think about something, and this can be scalable. See, today you developed in PHP, tomorrow you want in .NET in I mean, span of 1 week time, you can change that to .NET. Not a big deal. Okay, so that is possible. Scalable is possible. Okay. So initially we are going with PHP API, which will be simple and cost effective. That is very important. If you think about .NET server, it will be very costly, and the investment also very big. But of course, the scope should be. The client should be that much big to, if the requirement is bigger. Okay. So the web, then, okay. So HTML, CSS, PHP, and JavaScript web pages without any coding. Okay. Web page are mobile responsive web application. Okay. What is mobile responsive means? From the mobile also you can see the once your application is ready, you can operate from mobile as well as from your desktop. That is what we call it as mobile response. So well-structured coding generated, no debug is required. That is very important. See, the API part, even while you are doing a traditional method of coding line by line, okay, even a small mistake in the spelling mistake in the API, you need to spend a lot of time on testing. But here that won't happen because the coding is auto-generated. Okay, that's what they are saying. Okay. Now, well-structured coding, and of course, no debug is right. And maintaining the document is made easy. Documentation is very important for further customization. Okay. So here the link is given. The link whatever I have given is the right link. Okay, this is a very older link. Need not worry about this link. The currently whatever given is the link for the API generator. I mean whatever I shared in the WhatsApp. Okay, so that should be used. So here the MySQL database is used. Okay, fine. Okay, this is my mail ID and contact information. You can contact whatever. Right, fine. So we have gone through the basic uh, introduction about the application. I mean the platform. Okay. Now we will go into the application platform, how to use that. Okay. So what we are going to do, I'm going to create a new project. Okay, click on the new project.
So the link sent by you was the zero coding platform link, is it?
Yes, yes. So this is the platform through which we are going to develop an API. Okay. Fine. So what we are going to do, we are now going to create a new project. Let me name a project. Now here, what is the thing we need to have in consideration is you cannot have a duplicate project initial. See, once a project initial is created, the same name cannot be used for the next project. You have to have a different initial. For example, EMP. And just to create an employee. Okay, a new employee. Let me try whether this is possible. So whatever I have given in the project initial, generally the project initial will have 3 to 4 characters. Okay. Depends upon the requirement. Like if it is employee, I'll put NM, or if it is student, N student, K student, or any combination permutation possible. Only thing that should have some relevant meaning for with respect to your requirement. That's what we are trying to do. Okay. So NEMP and the detailed description about the project description I'm given the next text box. And the third is a project folder which should be when uppercase is not allowed in this. It should be always lowercase. You need to type the whole thing in the lowercase. That's it. And once this is done, you need to save. So what it says, the NEMP is a duplicate entry. So it says it is not possible. Okay. So now you need to change that one. So NEMP is already there. So let me put LEM. Okay. Sorry. LEM. Okay. Okay. So project main added. So that is how. So and you need to verify. I mean, you need not verify. You type the name, it will say whether it is available or not. That's it. So once the initial is created, you can scroll down and see whether that initial is created here. So it will be automatically arranged in alphabetic order. So we need to go to L to find that. Yes, LEMP is here. Okay. So automatically an project ID number will be generated and the detail will be available. Now you click on edit. There are different options: edit, delete, generate, and SQL tag. Let us go one after the other. Here, let me click on edit. Once you click on the edit, you will be able to see your whatever the initial created. Now, so here we need to do add the tables. Okay. So I'm going to click on new table. So what I mean by table? Okay. Now I need to explain what is meant by table. This is basically for maintaining the employee information, right? That's what we are trying to do. Okay. So what are the basic information about the employee? So what would be the employee name and his date of birth, a date of joining, when he joined to the company, okay, his basic address, contact information, all those information are need to be stored. For that sake, I need to create a table to store all the employee information. Okay. So the table name would be LEMP because the initial is LEMP. Hope my voice is clear. EMP,
Yeah, yeah.
LEMP, EMP name. Okay. Sorry, EMP table. Okay. So what we are trying to do is I'm maintaining the initial always with respect to the table. See, tomorrow you'll start with simple projects, but you'll end up with 100 projects once you do a lot of customization or even if a simple project, say like a simple department store or textiles or whatever, you'll surely end up with 100 projects. And that time identifying the table name is a very big challenge. See, you say 100 project means each projects have 3 tables. That means 300 tables are there. So identifying your table without 300 tables is a quite big challenge, and that a lot of confusion will be there. To avoid all these things, what I am going to do, I'm going to add the initial as a prefix for the table name. So this is a good practice of doing it.
Excuse me, sir, but the
But
initial what we gave was
sorry, sorry,
different. The
your
initial what we gave was different, right? Capital L was given. This
your voice is
small
not clear.
L was given for driving.
I think something wrong. I mean, your voice is not clear. Can you repeat again?
We have given this initial for table with L, right?
No, no.
Not clear?
I couldn't get you. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me check up. Just a minute.
Is my voice clear now?
Yeah, yeah. It is now clear.
Okay. We have given this L as an initial here, right?
Yeah. See, our initial is L.
Yeah.
LEMP. That's what we do.
Hmm.
Table name is
But for
LEMP.
project title, we gave capital L.
See, always the table name should be always lowercase. That's a rule.
Hmm.
So what?
Like the drive name, right?
Yeah, table name. Table name should be.
Hmm.
Table name should be always lowercase. And the maximum all
Hmm.
important information will keep it as lowercase only.
Hmm.
Why? Because see, what is the challenge behind this one? When you get into the Linux server, okay, there are 2 servers,
Yeah.
Linux server and Windows.
Hmm.
Linux server is fully
Which
case.
will understand only the lowercase.
So that is the reason we always go with the lowercase.
Okay.
So I'm going to give the description about the table. So it's a employee table. Okay. And object name. So object name is something like LEMP and EMPTTL. So what I'm trying to do is just putting all the starting letters with caps and the remaining things in lower.